The White House, it's got a report on student debt. The White House says that $1.3 trillion worth of student debt is actually helping our economy. Gabby Morrongiello with the Washington Examiner, she's a reporter there. She's also a millennial, and she's going to bring into this conversation, how does the White House make the case that over $1 trillion worth of student debt is good for the economy? How do they do it?
Well, they produced a report that's been authored by those who benefit from student debt, and that is the economists and academics. I mean, so long as we see student debt and taxpayer money continue to be funneled towards federal financial loans, we're going to see public and private universities increase their salaries, bloat their administrative levels of employment, and those are the things that are benefiting the very people who authored this report.
Is that
they
what the
want
report
to see
actually said?
a printing press of student debt.
What about all those students who take out a loan, they don't graduate, they're stuck with the loan, they're stuck with the debt? How can that possibly be good for the economy?
Well, you know, I think a lot of people read this 77-page report today and came away with the very same questions. I mean, if student debt is so wonderful, why is home ownership among millennials the lowest it's been in decades? Why are so many of my peers still living at home with their parents? You know, people who do believe that there is a burgeoning student debt crisis argue that if student debt wasn't so, or student financial aid wasn't so readily available to students, it might take them longer to pursue their degree because they're having to work on top of their studies, but they would also have more money to consume and invest in homes and a car. And that's what really drives this economy, not student debt.
You're right. We're all sitting around the table shaking our heads. How can this be? 1.3 trillion student debt, good for the economy?
No, and it's bad for the housing market because first-time home buyers,
don't have a down payment.
Since when was debt good for anything? But that's beside the point. I mean, I worked my way through college. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, I know students who come out of college with $80,000 worth of debt. That's like having a mortgage round your neck. And you haven't even started going out to work.
Right, they're stuck living with their parents.
No sense whatsoever.
Last word to you, Ms. Morrongiello. How has this been received by the wider public?
Well, I can tell you, you know, I've been on the campaign trail for a year now, and all of the young voters who turn out, the main issue that they want to talk about is student debt. So I think that voters who read this report, who take the time to actually see what the White House's Economic Council is saying about student debt, would most likely disagree.
I think they would.
Sure they would.
Gabby, thank you very much indeed for bringing it to our attention. We are shocked and amazed. Thank you very much, Gabby.